Welcome to your Vibe Tribe. I'm your host, Eliana. Tune in every Friday to listen to conversations about mental health, relationships, dating, pop culture, and listen in on powerful interviews with powerful women from all walks of life. Welcome back to your Vibe Tribe, and welcome to the last episode of 2021. Guys, it's literally been such a crazy fucking year. Sorry for cursing, but I feel like it's warranted. It's just been insane. And I feel like I breathed and the year was over in like 2 seconds. It's so weird. Just kind of like sitting here and just reflecting on this past year. I mean, there's been a lot of scary moments, a lot of amazing moments, and it's just been wild. And I'm sure everyone has had a completely different experience of 2021. But being that literally it's a couple days before the start of the new year, I just kind of want to forget about those scary moments. I want to forget about the bad moments and just embrace all the positive moments that I had last year. And I am so hopeful for this year. So hopeful. And I just can't wait. I can't freaking wait, guys. But anyway, I do just want to thank every single person that has listened to this podcast. Like, it has meant so much to me. Anybody that's like messaged me and like told me like, oh my God, Ellie, I listened to your podcast and I loved it and I like this, or anyone that reached out to me to interview you, thank you so much, because it was super scary starting this podcast and like putting myself out there. And then if you listen to the last episode, not having someone else on this podcast, but just it being me is really scary. But I am so thankful, and I know that this is going to continue to grow and it's going to be a great community. And I can't wait to see what 2022 has in store for your Vibe Tribe and also everyone who is listening to this podcast. I'm sending out like just a ton of positive energy, a ton of positive vibes, so that everyone starts off their new year with just like amazing energy and good freaking vibes. Anyway, if you listened to the last episode, I gave you guys a tip on how to create your vision board lock screen, and I did talk about what was on my 2021 vision board. But now I want to talk about what's on my 22 vision board, because we are looking into the future and not the past, right? Okay. I want to talk about things that I put on my vision board, and if you need a visual, you can find my vision board on Instagram. I actually did a little tutorial on how to create your iPhone vision board lock screen wallpaper. So basically, that was so confusing the way I said that. So I created a tutorial super quick on how to create a lock screen vision board as your wallpaper. I don't know if that made more sense, but I hope you understand what it said. Anyway, super easy tutorial. Last year, I actually used this app called Bazaar, but I wanted to use Canva this year because I wanted to see if there were any like preset layouts for the vision board. And I found such a good little like design. And then, I mean, obviously my final design looks nothing like the original one. I put way more photos, but if you need a visual, it's on my Instagram. Feel free to check out the video. But anyway, I used Canva. It was so freaking easy to create a vision board. First of all, if anybody is listening to this and you're like, Eliana, that's such a waste of time. Like, why are you making a vision board? That's stupid. False. I am a testament to vision boards working. And I actually used to not think vision boards worked, and I thought that they were such bullshit. But I'm telling you, you having your vision board on your phone is a fucking game changer. And again, I'm sorry for cursing, but I just feel like It's so crazy. Like, we look at our phones so much, guys, on a daily basis. Like, if you go to your settings, you can check how many hours a day you view your phone. And there's so many moments where I'm like laying in bed and I don't want to go to the gym. And I just like look down on my vision board and it says on my 2022 vision board, the only bad workout is the one that didn't happen. Guys, literally yesterday, I already have it up on my phone, by the way, my new vision board, because, we got to start early. I was on my bed, so lazy, like it was already 8:30 p.m. and I was like, oh my God, crap, it's late in the day. I don't want to work out. Like, I'm so sore from yesterday. Like, oh my God, I'm just going to skip a day. Who cares? I've already been 3 times this week or 2 times this week. Like, I can skip a day. Who cares? Literally looked at my phone. I saw the quote and I was like, let me get my ass up and let me go to the gym. So I know it sounds stupid, but it's like you look at your phone all the time. Like, those things are going to, like, I don't know if make you feel guilty is the right word, but they're going to be like, hey, you set this goal for yourself. Like, just get up and do it. So vision boards work. I'm a testament to that. And I think everyone should have a vision board because it's just like a daily reminder of the goals that you set for yourselves, or the goals that you set for yourself. And it's just so helpful. Anyways, all right, so let's talk about what I put on my 22 vision board. Hopefully this will give you guys some ideas on, what to include on your vision board. But I will, after I talk about what I already put on my vision board, give you basically just 5 things to focus on in the new year. Like, if you're really sitting there and you're like, I have no idea what to put on a vision board, hopefully this will help you. So for my vision board, I put a picture of me and my boyfriend, Manny, and I'm like kissing him. And again, like, we have such a good and solid relationship, and just the way that we treat each other is great. Like, I literally have no complaints about our relationships. Like, I'm deeply in love and so happy, but I just put a picture of him just to remind me of that love. You never know what kind of struggles or what kind of difficulties lie ahead in a relationship, and having that picture is like just a reminder of that beautiful moment that we had, how happy we were in that moment, and just a reminder like, hey, you love him for a reason. And I don't know, it's maybe stupid, but it's just a little reminder of that. And then around that picture, I have 2 different quotes. I have one quote that says, my heart is prepared to receive love. And I love that quote. Like, it's so powerful because I think sometimes, I don't know if men feel this way, but as women, I feel like sometimes we have those thoughts in our heads that are it's like, I don't deserve this love, or I don't deserve to be this loved. And it's so weird. And I think it's just based on maybe past experiences, or I don't know, like my dad left, my dad wasn't a part of my life. And so I had that fear sometimes that's like, my God, is he going to leave? Like, do I not deserve to be loved? And that's just so false. If anyone has that thought in their head, it is false. It is not true. You deserve to be loved. And that's just a little quote. So when those thoughts creep in, it's just a little reminder that those thoughts are not real. They're false. And then the second quote I have is, it says, I love who I am and so does my partner. And I actually had that on my last vision board, and it's just a great quote, and I'm going to keep it on there. It's a great affirmation that I always say to myself. And again, it's just a reminder, like, sometimes I think in relationships, a lot of arguments can form because we're maybe like in our heads and feeling insecure. And so I think if you're insecure in your relationship, that's going to project into other arguments and other insecurities. Whereas if you're secure, you love yourself, you know that you're the fucking shit, you're going to also know that your partner loves you as well. And I think it'll like lower some of those like insecurities and fights that happen because of that. So I always keep that in there. I also have a picture of a coffee and a book. And then right next to that, I have a quote from Dr. Seuss that says, the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. I'm sure everyone's heard that quote. But the reason I put that quote, I really want to read more. I hear other women speaking that are well-read, well-versed, and they speak with such certainty, and I don't know. I don't know. I want to increase my vocabulary. I feel like responsible to learn more. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, how can I have a platform and, try to influence and give advice to other women, if I'm not constantly learning and growing myself? So I felt the need to want to learn more. I'm reading this book that was recommended by Amanda. She is an amazing psychospiritual coach that I actually interviewed. She's also a friend, but I interviewed on 2 episodes ago, and she recommended the book Women Who Run with Wolves. And it's a very interesting book. It was a little bit of a hard read for me because I'm usually someone that reads a lot of like fiction and like fantasy style books. Like that's what I normally would gravitate towards. And so this is like a collection of stories. I haven't really gotten that far in. I think I'm like 15% into it, because I usually read it like at night before I go to bed. But I want to just learn more. I want to read books. I think I want to potentially read more classic books. Like I was listening to Emma Chamberlain's podcast, and she was saying that her dad gave her the advice to read more classic books because he's like, those are the classics. Like you'll know a good book after you read the classics. And I was like, okay. So I was like, I'm going to start there. Because like I want to read those original, amazing stories that are not affected by our modern world today. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. So I want to start by reading classic books. So if you guys have any recommendations, please message me on Instagram. Let me know. And then I can start my little list. After that, I have 16 podcasts that will change your life. And it's just a little picture that says that. The reason I put that image is just because I want this podcast to be something great. I want it to keep growing, and I do want to be a positive change in someone's life. And I put that on there because I think that we have the ability to do that. And I'm going to manifest it. I'm manifesting that this podcast will be something great. And then I put your vibe tribe. All right. And then right below that, I have a picture of my family. It's the same one I put last year. We really need to take some more pictures together. But I put that picture, and then I put right under it, when you have family, you have everything. Because again, I'm literally 26 years old, but I think when you start to like get older, you get so consumed in your own life that sometimes you may not be, so present in the lives of your family members, like your mom or your dad or your siblings. And it's like, that's your family. Like you love them. You got to check in. And so I just put that picture as a reminder, like you're never too busy to be with your family, to check in on your family. And honestly, if you have a good family, you have good friends, because maybe your friends are your family, you have everything, everyone needs a support system. So make sure that you value those that are in your support system. And then right next to that picture, I have a little image that has a quote. It says, "I am deserving of abundance in all areas of my life." Guys, when I tell you, I used to it was such a weird concept, but when I would get money, I would be like, oh my God, no, I don't need money. Like I used to pride myself on saying I don't need money. Like I'm such a simple person, but it's not about needing money. It's about you deserve abundance. And maybe money doesn't mean abundance to you, right? That word can mean a lot of different things, but I think when I say abundance, I mean prosperity, freedom, financial freedom to do the things that you want, all of those things. And it's crazy to say, but I have never made as much money, and I've never been as financially free as I have been this year. And I had the thought that a quick thought that was just oh my God, I'm so scared because I've made so much money this year. Oh my God, is next year gonna suck? And that's such a backwards way of thinking. Why just because I had an amazing year, why does that mean that next year's going to be shit? That's such a negative thought to have, and it's not true. You deserve to live an amazing life. You deserve abundance. You deserve prosperity. And that amount is unlimited. There's no limit to that. So it's just a crazy thought, and I was like, I need to constantly remind myself that I deserve any prosperity that comes my way, and I deserve abundance. Just a little thought. And then I also have this little quote on a notepad. It's so cute. Right below, it says, if you know you can do better, then do better. And I actually just freaking wrote that. Like, I literally just put that myself. I didn't take the image from anyone. And it's true. I don't know. I just needed that little, and I know it may be a little harsh to some people. It'd be like, oh my God, you're so hard on yourself. But like having that on there, like, you know, there's so many moments in your day that you feel lazy or you feel like, I'll do it tomorrow. Whereas like those little notes like that, like they kind of kick you in the butt and you're like, okay, like I know I can do better, like get it together. You know what I mean? So I put that in. I put a little quote that says, travel more, worry less. And then I have a picture of the Amalfi Coast in Italy. I just really want to go there. It looks insane. It's beautiful. I hope the Omicron, I don't know how you say it. I hope it doesn't mess up things because I really want to travel more next year. Like, I'm going to do it. As long as it's safe to travel and borders are open, I will be traveling. So, all right. And then I also have a little quote that says, I invest my time and energy where it feels right for me. And then I choose to focus on experiences that are life-sustaining, not life-draining. That speaks for itself. I also have a quote that says, today is your day to start fresh, to eat right, to train hard, to live healthy, and to be proud. I mean, enough said. Those are just things, daily reminders for me, guys. This is what that is. And then right next to it, I have a little quote that says, the only bad workout is the one that didn't happen. It worked for me yesterday, so I would hope it would continue to work into next year. But guys, I just put that in, and just to mention this, the last vision board I did, I had the body of Rachel Dillon. I love her. Like, I'm obsessed with her body. She's super muscular, but she's still lean in her abdomen. Like, oh my God, I swear, like, her body's incredible. Kudos to her, by the way. But I put her image of, like, I put her body on my vision board, and I obviously was more inspired by her than her body, but I really, in 2022, just want to focus on working out for health and then also for strength. Like, I want to switch my brain and not necessarily work for a certain aesthetic, because to a certain degree, it's like, I'll never have the exact body that she does. Like, it just doesn't exist. You know, you have your own body. You're going to gain muscle in certain areas or lose weight in certain areas. So I just think it's unrealistic to put someone's body and say, I'm going to have that body. I mean, unless you're getting plastic surgery or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it genetically, like, you're never going to have the exact same body as somebody. So I just thought that was kind of like an unhealthy thing to do. And I'm like, I am going to focus on working out, showing up to my workouts, and giving my all to those workouts. And if losing some weight or gaining muscle is a result of that, then amazing. But I'm not going to put myself as like a certain body type or certain body weight as a goal. And that's just my personal choice. You know, I think everyone has different goals and different things that they're trying to maintain, but I think that's my goal for next year. And hopefully I think these quotes will work better than having a set, you know, goal for a body type. And then right next to that, I have another abundance quote, because, you know, we love abundance here. The quote is, I am a money magnet. Because I am a money magnet, and so are you. You know what? Let's just pause and let's just say that together. I am a money magnet. Okay? Because we're manifesting abundance for 2022 again. All right, guys. Well, that is my vision board for 2022. So hopefully that gave you just some ideas for what you can add on your vision board. Also, you should be creating a vision board before the new year, but honestly, if you create one after the new year, like, it's not a big deal. Like, you can start your goals whenever you want. Okay, so don't feel pressure. So the next thing I want to talk about is the 5 things to focus on in the new year. So I am just going to give you 5 basic things that you can focus on. So like, if you're that person and you're like, I have no idea what to focus on in the new year, this is for you. Okay. First one that I put on here is relationship goals. Okay. That doesn't mean I'm going to get in a relationship, I'm going to find my soulmate. Maybe you will. And if that's your goal, great. But I put relationship goals just in general. So, any relationships that you have, like your family, your friends, whatever relationships you have in your life that are important to you, I'm sure there are things that you want to grow and work on. So if you have, an insecurity in your relationship, or you're maybe not reaching out to your family members as much as you want to, that's a goal you can add on your vision board. That's going to be about your relationships just in general. So that's something to think about. I also put financial goals on there. I mean, guys, unfortunately, the sad truth is you need money to do the things that you want in this country. So money is important. And honestly, that is one of my huge goals for 2022, and it should be for yours, because although money isn't everything, financial security just takes off so many problems in your life. Like, that's one less thing you have to worry about. So like with financial goals, like it could be just budgeting more, right? Like me, I'm not going to do my nails at a salon for next year. I'm doing them myself. And that's just one little thing that I'm like, I'm going to stop spending money on so frivolously on that. Or like just exhibiting like a little bit more self-control, like not making impulse purchases, right? Or setting yourself a limit every month. Like, okay, I'm buying X amount only. And once I hit that budget, I'm done for the month. Or if that's like a savings goal, like if I want to save X amount of money for this, for a house, for a dog, like whatever it is, those are great goals to have. So I would think about that. And then I also put just like personal endeavors, or trying something new or learning more. So always learning, right? Like a personal endeavors could be like, finding like a little side hustle that you want to start doing, or trying something new. Like if you're bored and you have like nothing to do after work, like join a dance class, or like join a runner's club, like doing something different that's going to develop you, learning something new that's always going to help you grow and develop yourself and find out what moves you and what is your passion. Like that's all part of it. So those are good goals to add. And then the last goal I have, I'm sorry, I'm dead. I can't count. The fourth goal I have is self-development. So, I mean, self-development is such a huge, like, overarching theme, right? Like, it could be so many things. It could be like working on your spirituality. That's something I want to work on. Or like finding your purpose or your passion, like, or just self-fulfillment. Just all of those things. Anything that's going to be under that branch is a great thing to add. And then I think the most important one personally, which is the last thing I put, is positivity or self-love, which I think it's just both, because guys, we have to love ourselves. Like if we don't love ourselves, like everything else just becomes so much harder. Like I always say, like if you don't believe in yourself, who the hell else is going to believe in you? Like, you know what I mean? Like I always say that to myself when I'm having like those random thoughts of doubt, which we all have. Like it's bullshit if anyone says like, oh no, I always believe in myself, I'm so confident. Like everyone has thoughts of insecurity or fear of failure. But I think like constantly working on increasing your confidence, increasing your self-love, like always giving yourself positive reinforcement and just being positive in general is extremely helpful, and everyone should be focusing on that in the new year. So yeah, hopefully those 5 things will help you kind of narrow down what you want to focus on or add to your vision board, because I know sometimes like if you're someone that's like, crap, I don't know what to add, and you're looking at the blank page or the blank like poster, because some people put them on posters, it can be a little overwhelming or daunting. But hopefully these 5 things will kind of help you focus on the main things you want to work on. So I wanted to tell you, one of my biggest things that I think I failed at this year is that I really didn't consistently work out. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, I think after I moved to California, like my whole life was just turned upside down, and like my schedule, everything just was like not organized. And I've kept traveling this year a lot. And I think because of the traveling, like it's messed up my workout routines, my schedule's all over the place. Like it's just been a hot mess, to be honest. So I am doing a little 30-day challenge, and I've already started this. I started Monday because I wanted to start before the new year. But if you haven't started and you want to start whenever you want, like just hop on this train. Doing a challenge that is 30 days to start a habit. And I researched this. I looked up like how can I make working out a habit, because I used to work out in college, but it wasn't because it was a habit. It was literally because I was miserable in college and it was the only thing that would make me happy. Versus now I'm happy on my own and I'm like, I don't need the gym to make me happy. Like I'm happy with myself. But I obviously like it's a good de-stressor. It has health benefits. I want to grow my butt, like all these things, right? So I was like, I need to get into the mindset that working out is now a habit now. Like it's part of my everyday daily routine. So I literally researched how to start a habit in 30 days. Okay. And they do say that if you do something for 30 days every single day, it will form a habit. Like it's scientifically proven to form a habit. So obviously this is a positive habit, right? So I am working out for 30 days straight. Now, don't come at me and be like, Eliana, you're going to burn out. That's not good. No. Give me a second. Let me explain. I'm not necessarily going to do like a huge lifting session or do an hour of cardio every day, but I'm going to do something, right? So I have my set workouts that are 6 days a week. And then on Sunday, the day that I'm supposed to be off, I'm going to go for a walk or go for a quick jog or do yoga, do anything, but I'm going to move my body. So for anyone that is trying to also form a habit, I looked up little tips that I could do to help me form this habit. So the first tip was obviously to do it for 30 days straight. So you have to commit to 30 days. You have to do it daily. Once you do it for 30 days, it will help you form that habit. The second tip, start simple. Okay? So like I said, I'm not going to try to work out for 2 hours a day for 7 days a week. Like that's insane. And like, who's going to do that? You know what I mean? Like I'm going to probably give up after the first week. Like maybe I'll do the first week and then I'm going to be like, F this, like I can't do it. So I'm starting simple. I have my routine. So I use the app called Move With Us. It's by Rachel Dillon. We love her. So I do her workouts. There is some cardio, but it's like light cardio. It's like low intensity interval study training. I don't know, but it's like an hour, 45 minutes of just like walking or something like that. And then she'll have 1 day of HIIT. So I use her workouts for the lifting sessions. And then I want to do Peloton on the days that she has cardio. I'm going to do Peloton because I'm obsessed with Peloton. Their running workouts, like the coaches have so much inspiration and they'll literally be like, you can do this. Like it just pushes you. It's like having a coach like with you. Like I used to play soccer, I used to play volleyball, I used to play rugby, and it's like I'm just competitive. So having a coach tell me you can do it, believe in your body, I'm like, oh my God, it like hypes me up. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. It like triggers me and I'm like, I have to push myself. So it's just incredible. I love it. Like I leave feeling so empowered and just like I can do anything. So that's my goal. So 6 lifting sessions, 3 Peloton sessions per week. And then, like I said, that day, go for a walk, do something chill, like just go outside to get some fresh air, something like that, but move your body. So that's starting simple for me. That may not be the same for everyone, right? Because like if you're just starting out, like your workout journey, maybe you would do 3 lifting sessions and then you would do 2 cardio days, or you would do 3 lifting sessions and then just walk every other day. Like that's a simple start. Third tip, put reminders and set an alarm. I actually did this in college and it's incredible because Let's say that you're just going about your day, right? You get busy. A lot of times you just continue that task and just be like, oh, F it, I'll do it tomorrow. What if you have an alarm that literally rings and says, go to the gym? Like, I don't know what you want to put on the alarm title. You can put, get your ass up, like something like that. If you have an alarm every day that rings at 7 o'clock and says, get up and go to the gym, like the likelihood that you're going to go increases a little bit more. You know it will, because if you see that alarm and you shut it off, you're going to feel like shit and you're going to go. So that's the third tip. Fourth tip, stay consistent and go at the same time. So that is something that's really hard for me because I don't know, it was so weird. Like I was obsessed with going in the gym in the morning because I started work at 8:30. So it really wasn't that hard for me to wake up early. But now all of a sudden, because I'm doing all these projects like my podcast and I'm on Instagram and I'm doing all my little fun videos, like filming that stuff takes a long time. And so like sometimes I go to sleep really late because I'll get an idea and then I'll start writing it down. And then it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, crap, I have to wake up at 7. Like, so I was like going in the gym in the morning and then sometimes I would go at night. So it was super inconsistent. I love doing morning workouts, but now that I work at 7 in the morning, like it's just unrealistic that I'm going to wake up at 5 every day. It's just not going to happen. Like my boyfriend's in bed with me. Like I want to cuddle and stay as long as I can. Like I'm not trying to wake up that early. So for me, it's more realistic. I end my job at 4:30. It's more realistic to go at like 5 or 6. So I maybe have time to get a little snack in and then go to the gym. So I'm going to set my alarm in the afternoon and make sure I work out at that time. Fifth tip. Write it down. So if you write it down and you visually see your goal, you are more inclined to make decisions that are more in line with that goal. Hence, the vision board. So I already did that. I already have. The only bad workout is the one that you didn't do on my vision board. And I'm telling you, yesterday was a testament of that working because I literally looked at that. I felt like shit and then I got up and went to the gym. And it's not like it's not like an anxiety type of guilt. It's just a little bit of like, hey, you set this goal for yourself. You're not doing anything. You're laying in bed. Like, go work out, I'm sure everyone can relate to that. Like, you're literally sitting in bed and then you're like scrolling on TikTok and you see a video of someone like working out and you're like, fuck, like, let me get up. So, yeah. And the last tip is do it for yourself. And that was a big one because I think, like, for example, the gym, right? If I was working out and trying to lose weight because my partner called me fat or because, like, my family was like, oh, you've gained weight. And now I'm like trying to lose weight because my family or because of those comments, like, it's not really coming from you. Like, you have to want to change, right? You have to want to do it in order for you to actually do it. Like, if you're doing something for someone else, odds are it's probably not going to work out. You're probably not going to succeed at it. But if you're doing it for yourself, that changes everything, right? Because you're going to put everything and all of your intention behind it. And most likely you're going to succeed. So yeah. Anyways, guys, this episode is a little longer than I planned, but I guess I just got excited. I love talking about all these things. I am so glad for anyone that made it to the end of the episode. I love you so much. Hopefully this year is the start of something beautiful, of new things, like new experiences. And if you had a shitty year, if you had some tough times, like, just have the mindset that those experiences were meant to teach you something. You were meant to learn something from it. Take the lesson, whatever it is. Maybe it was meant for you to, have a deeper appreciation for something. Who knows? But take it as a learning lesson and move on. Take the lesson and step into the new year with a positive, open mindset, because I have a feeling we are all going to have an amazing 2022, because if we believe it, it will freaking happen. That's it, guys. I love you, and I will see you next year. Bye.